This is the Miller Lite Cowboys Hour, supported by Albertsons and broadcasting live from Sidecar Social at the Star in Frisco. Brought to you by Miller Lite, the only beer of the Cowboys. Tastes like Miller time. Albertsons and Tom Thumb, the official supermarket and pharmacy of the Dallas Cowboys. Luke KC, the official bootmaker of the Dallas Cowboys. Blockchain.com, make your crypto play today. Buffalo Wild Wings. If it's game day, Buffalo Wild Wings is the place to be. Altec Lansing. Just listen with Altec Lansing, perfecting sound since 1927. And by Omni. Omni Hotels and Resorts, the official hotel of the Dallas Cowboys. Now, your hosts, Nicole Hutchison and Brad Shan.
And welcome, everybody, to the Cowboys Hour. Thank you very much for being with us. And for those of you who have come to Sidecar Social after another difficult game, we appreciate your support, your fandom. Thank you very much for being here. We welcome all of you listening wherever you are on the Dallas Cowboys Radio Network and streaming wherever and whenever on DallasCowboys.com. Hi, DallasCowboys.com. How you doing? And especially grateful after a tough game and another all-night flight to have linebacker Marist Liufau join us. Thank you so much for popping out and doing this. We
Thank you for having me.
Really appreciate it. Okay, Nicole, you don't travel. Why are you laughing already?
I know, I'm sad. I'm sorry. I'm sad I don't travel with y'all.
But you still have post-game responsibilities.
Yeah.
So when the game is late, what time do you get to sleep?
Like last night, I got to finish probably around like 1:30 because I had to also produce Flashback this morning that I had to come in and tape at 11 a.m. So, yeah, that was pretty much it.
Marist, what time did you? We landed at 4. Is that right?
Yeah, I think
4
around 4 o'clock.
Yeah, we landed about 4. What time did you get to sleep?
I was probably sleeping around 5 o'clock.
How after? Did you sleep on the plane?
I don't sleep well on planes.
You don't?
No.
So most players, it takes time to wind down, win or lose, after a game, right? Are you one of those?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Your mind is racing and okay, still got adrenaline and all that.
Yep.
So now you're home about 4:30.
Yep, just about then.
And you got to sleep in half an hour?
It might have been like 5:30.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, but
my dude.
I kind of lost track of time. Just went to sleep when I wanted to.
Yeah, I'm familiar with that. So so it was a very long night for anyone with the Cowboys traveling party, and a difficult night. And everyone knows. Excuse me, our practice is we will discuss the game briefly, and then this is a great opportunity for you to get to know one of the real bright lights of the Cowboys' future. Marist Liufau is going to be a really outstanding player here for a long time. But I was looking back through your Notre Dame years, and you had 1 year that you missed with a knee injury.
It was ankle.
Ankle, sorry. Yep. But the worst season that Notre Dame had while you were there was 9-4, right?
Yes.
Is that right?
Yeah.
So that's a program with a lot of expectations. That's a big program. So what was a 9-4 year at Notre Dame like for you guys?
Yeah, it was pretty disappointing. We have a high standard, and everyone kind of holds us to a high standard as well, just being Notre Dame. So it was a rough year for sure, but it really was just a learning process for all of us and helped us to get better the next year.
What originally attracted you to Notre Dame?
It definitely wasn't the weather, but for me it was.
You didn't find it like Hawaii?
No, not quite. It was kind of just the best of both worlds when it comes to academic and football. I feel like I could get better in both ways going there, and I could challenge myself by going there, and also kind of putting myself in an uncomfortable situation, being away from home. That was difficult for me for sure. And then, like I said, the weather was different. Everything about Notre Dame for me was different. And so it put me in a situation where I kind of had to adapt to something new and helped me to grow as a person. And I really think it was one of the best decisions I ever made.
All right, so we'll come back to that because there's a lot of important stuff in there, including the fact that you got your degree.
Yep.
Yes.
We want to talk a little bit about that because hats off to you for doing that.
Thank you.
So when you play at a program like Notre Dame, that I'm guessing, but you tell us, does that somewhat prepare you for how bright the spotlight is with the Dallas Cowboys?
Yeah, I would definitely think so. I feel like it's similar to the Cowboys in which there's a big spotlight on Notre Dame in the college world. And so I think going to Notre Dame not only prepared me for academics, but also being in the spotlight, being able to handle criticism from all over the place and things like that. Just everything that comes with being in the spotlight, really.
Are the fans critical?
I would say so, yeah. I would say so.
Tongue in cheek, I know what the fans are like.
Yeah.
I've got some very, very good friends who are Notre Dame alums and huge fans. So you come in here kind of understanding what it's like to have the glare of the spotlight. And now this is obviously a difficult first half of the year, not going the way anybody anticipated. How have you taught yourself to deal with that?
It's really just staying grounded. A lot of what I do is stay in my prayer. It's a big part of who I am, and that's what I've learned from a young age, and my family brought me up that way. And so staying grounded and knowing that life moves on, really. So you either mope around and just let things go, or you get up and do something about it and you get back to work. And so that's what I'm kind of doing right now.
And as a rookie, there's, under any circumstances, it's a different language sometimes from college football, no matter how big the program, to the NFL. It's just a different thing. And so you've had to learn that and adjust to that. And I'm sure the whole coaching staff is tweaking and pulling plugs and plugging other things and trying to get things going well. You've got a lot of players out with injury. That doesn't help. So how much more difficult do you think it's been, and how have you handled the potential confusion of what the hell's going on here? I'm in the NFL. I've got to learn that. We're not winning. We're not playing the way we want to play. How do you keep yourself grounded?
Yeah, it's living in the present. We talk about that a lot, living in the present and taking things one step at a time, because you get all this information. Everything's can be chaotic around you, and you really just got to focus on what you got to do now, and that's really what it is. It's just living in the moment and taking the next step to what you got to do to achieve your goals.
Is there something that you kind of have to remind yourself of when staying grounded? Because sometimes it can be difficult when, like you mentioned, the season isn't necessarily going your way. Mm-hmm. So does it, I mean, do you have to tell yourself or remind yourself of something, or is it just kind of like stay grounded message? Yeah,
for me, it's always going back to gratitude. Mm-hmm. My mindset is that there's way more things to be grateful for than to be angry about or sad about and things like that. And so I go back to gratitude a lot. That's kind of like my thing. It's like just going back to gratitude, think about the things I'm grateful for, whether it's something small like being in my apartment and being able to eat a meal in my apartment, or being in my bed and being grateful for my bed and things like that, to bigger things like being a part of the Cowboys. It's just there's so many blessings in my life that I can't ever be just stuck on one thing and down about it, really.
And at the same time, all of you who have the ability to play at this level and get to hear your competitors, and that means you're competing with yourself also, and you want to do well and you want to win. So in a game like last night, wasn't exactly like some of the other games that you've lost, because you had a really solid first half and an encouraging fourth quarter. Can you take something positive out of that, or does the fact that the game got away from you override that?
Yeah, for sure. There's definitely a lot of positives that you could take out of that, and one of the positives is the fight that we have in our team. Is definitely there, and you just realize that every other team in the NFL is capable of winning as well. It's a competitive league. Everyone's here for a reason, very talented, and so it's just you got to do whatever you got to do to win, and sometimes you don't come out with a win, and that's just how it is.
Were there some positives that you amongst the other linebackers kind of discussed post-game? You don't have to get too into detail.
Not too much yet,
Yeah.
just because we haven't really been together too much yet.
Because you got back at 4 in the morning.
Yeah. So.
Could have been maybe a locker room talk, I don't know. Something post game. I wasn't there, so.
Wasn't much talk after.
Quiet locker room?
Yeah, that's how it is after loss.
Yeah.
And so what will your day off be like for you tomorrow? What are you doing your day off?
Tomorrow I usually try to get in the facility to get some body work done, to do recovery and things like that. And that's kind of like our day to reset, get ready for the week ahead. And obviously I'll look at some film on the team we're playing next week, this week. And that's kind of how it'll go for me.
All right.
Go ahead.
I was just going to say it would be a good time for us to take our first break, and what a great opportunity we have this evening. Speaking of gratitude, we are so grateful for everyone to get to know Marist Liufau. Very happy Marist is with us this evening. We are at Sidecar Social at the Star District in Frisco. There are enough TVs here that you can watch. There's at least 3 major sporting events going on tonight. And then there was a soccer game up here, so we'll make it 4. And I think you can watch, there's at least 2 screens for every one of those games without changing rooms. It's a great place, Sidecar Social at the Star District in Frisco. And we will be back with Marist Liufau on the Cowboys Hour after this.
Go Cowboys! By Albertsons and broadcasting live from Sidecar Social at the Star in Frisco.
Welcome back to the Cowboys Hour. Brad Sham and Nicole Hutchinson and our very special guest, Cowboys linebacker Marist Liufau. And Nicole, who makes possible this
I got
extravaganza called the Cowboys
See,
Hour.
I'm on it. The light was already on.
But you got so many cracks and lines in your screen.
Hey, I do have to get a new phone, okay? Well, this segment is brought to you by Albertsons. When it comes time to shop for tailgate favorites, go to Albertsons and Tom Thumb. Get 10% off your groceries every Dallas Cowboys game day when you wear your Cowboys jersey. Albertsons and Tom Thumb, the official supermarket and pharmacy of the Dallas Cowboys. Marist, you had mentioned that the spotlight at Notre Dame had kind of prepared you for the NFL. What's the difference in the spotlight for the Dallas Cowboys and Notre Dame for you?
Yeah, for me, I mean, the Cowboys are just the biggest sports brand in the world, and so it's like, I don't know, it's like going from big in the U.S. to like a worldwide kind of brand. That's kind of how I think of it, and so it's just crazy to think about, and so cool, really, to be a part of this organization.
Has it been challenging having to adjust to that type of spotlight?
No, I don't think so. Yeah.
Did you have any sense of where and by whom you would be drafted?
No. I mean, I took a visit here, though. I did take a visit to Dallas, and so I kind of figured that I was on their radar, but I had no idea really where I was going to get drafted, and I was ready to go anywhere.
What was your favorite part of your visit here?
Favorite part? Definitely just seeing the facilities. That was really cool, and I stayed at the Omni at the Star, and so I was in the middle of everything. It was kind of like a Cowboy city. It was cool to see.
And they told you this is how everybody lives here. This is just, expect this.
Yeah, I thought it was some like little community that was just Cowboys.
Yeah, he got the bougie experience. Excuse us.
Yeah.
But no.
It's just how everybody lives here.
I know, right? But no, what's been your favorite part about being a Dallas Cowboy so far?
My favorite part is definitely just learning the history and learning what it means to be a Cowboy. I think it's different than being at any other place. And really, after I got drafted, and really when I got here, I was like, I wouldn't want to be anywhere else. And so I think it's grown on me a lot. Like the Cowboys are now special to me, and so that's kind of like my favorite thing that I've kind of grown on while being here.
How did you go about acquainting yourself with the history that you were walking into and becoming a part of?
Could you repeat that?
Yeah, I mean, did you study former players? Did you study the history of the team? Did you watch videos of other Cowboy players? How did you instruct yourself?
I really just came in. I didn't know much coming in, honestly, and I learned the most being in the facility because there's everything on the walls and all that, and so I'll just stop here and there and look at the walls. So that kind of taught me a lot of the history, and then also people talking to me about the Cowboys and kind of their legacy, and I learned all these names like Aikman and obviously like those guys, Irving. It's so cool to hear about.
Were some of your teammates or coaches who were kind of helping you learn the history a little bit? Everyone?
Yeah, it's really everyone. Yeah.
You know, they had players before Aikman and Irvin, by the way. Did
you
know that?
Yeah, I heard there.
There were a couple, but you've got time. You can look some of them up. Yeah. All right, this is a great opportunity to get to know Marist. So let's get in the Wayback Machine for a minute. How many sports did you play in high school?
I played football, ran track and field, and I also played some volleyball and basketball.
What races did you run in track?
I did all the sprinting events, so 4, 100, 200, 4x4.
How long did you run track for?
3 years.
3 years?
Yeah.
Not bad.
In
so
high
till
school.
High school? Okay.
Yeah.
Was football what kind of drew you in the most, more than anything else?
Yeah, for sure. At a young age, I knew football was what I wanted to do, what I wanted to play, and as I got older, I got more serious about it and wanted to go to college, and eventually here I am now.
What about
Go ahead.
What about football? Did you love so much that you knew you wanted to play this game?
I think a lot of it was just watching my family members play, and also other Polynesian players. Being a Polynesian player and growing up seeing Polynesian players have success in the NFL, that kind of helped me grow my love for the game a little bit. And then playing with my family and brothers in the backyard, really, that's where it all started.
Do you know anything about Mark Tuanay?
Yes, I do. I do know a little bit, but not. I know of him.
That's your homework assignment. Study
Yeah.
up on.
I'm pretty sure he went to my high school.
Really?
I got to make sure I'm right on that. I
He
should
was-
know that.
You were the Polynesian Player of the Year in high school, were you not? Did I not read that? There's an award and they have a great display at Aloha Stadium in Honolulu, and Tui won that award. And I don't remember if it was when he was in college or when he was in high school, but they have a big award that they give the Polynesian Player of the Year. I thought I read that you won that, but maybe you won so many things you couldn't keep track.
No, I definitely would have remembered that one. I don't know if I did.
So Tuane was a guy who came in the early '80s at a time when the roster limits were different, and there were literally 100 rookies that would come to camp, and he was a free agent, defensive lineman, and wound up being an All-Pro offensive tackle. He was one of the toughest people and one of the sweetest people I ever knew. That's a great legacy and tradition. But you talked about watching your family. Maybe people know Pakanakua is your cousin, right?
Puka, yeah.
The Rams receiver. He's older, obviously,
We're the same age.
but he's
But
ahead
I
of you
don't
in
know.
school. Did you compete against each other or
We
play
did.
together?
Yeah, we played against each other when he was at BYU. We played in Las Vegas, I believe.
He grew up.
Yeah.
Did you have to tackle him?
No, I didn't. I actually did. I was chasing him, but I didn't get to get him. He was running away from me.
He grew up in Utah, and you grew up in Hawaii. Did y'all keep in contact often when you guys grew up together? Not together, but
Not so much.
not
No,
so much.
no. It was kind of more when we got to college or going into college when we started talking more, and we were kind of on that same path, going to college, playing football and doing that sort of thing. And so that's how we connected more and how we became closer.
What were those conversations like? I mean, I'm sure you both had aspirations of getting to the NFL at that level. So what were those conversations like?
I mean, it really was just supportive of each other, and saying like, just keep doing your thing, and everything will take care of itself.
Something that I got a chance to ask you last week was that how much has seeing his success inspire you to come in your rookie season and, perform the way you have so far? Can you just tell everybody else what you had mentioned about that and how it's kind of inspired you a little bit?
Yeah. What I was really just saying was how seeing Puka's success as early on as a rookie, it was encouraging for me just to see my family member doing it at such a high level and early in his career, obviously in his first season. And so it's like a confidence boost. And I do feel some obligation to contribute to the team as well in the best way I can early on in my career as well. So I'm really he set the bar pretty high. I told Nicole that. So thanks, Puka, for that. But yeah, no, I definitely feel like there's a high standard, at least in our family.
All right, let's go back and get you from Hawaii to Notre Dame. How many places did you have an opportunity to play college football, and why was you already told us what was different about Notre Dame, what was challenging in a good way, what drew you there?
Yeah, I probably had about 10 offers coming out of high school.
From where?
It was a bunch of, like, some were Pac-12. Like, USC was my second option. Then I had schools like Washington State, Oregon. Yeah, I can't really remember the rest. Right. Yeah. But when Notre Dame came in the picture, I was pretty much set on Notre Dame.
Right away?
Yeah, pretty early on. Like, it was basically right away.
And was that based on their reputation or the way they recruited you, or what went into that?
I think it was their reputation, and just knowing that it would be the best opportunity for me and also for my family.
Was there a coach there that, because typically some players, when they go on their visits, they meet certain coaches that they feel they can learn the most from or build that kind of relationship with. Was there a certain coach on that Notre Dame staff that you kind of I guess, graphs too?
Mm-hmm. I mean, Coach Brian Polian was our special teams coordinator at the time, and he had come out to Hawaii. He was kind of used to the area because he had recruited Manti as well, and Robbie Toma. And so he knew the area, kind of what we're about, our culture and things like that. And so he could connect to us differently than other coaches. And so I kind of kicked it off with him really well. And he helped me to learn more about Notre Dame and the opportunities they presented for me. And like I said, it was pretty much a no-brainer.
Football fan as a kid?
Yeah, for sure.
More of teams or players?
Players, yeah.
So which ones?
My favorite player still is Troy Polamalu. Yeah.
That's a good role model, both as a person and as a player.
Yeah, for
Did
sure.
you try to model even though you're a different position, did you try to model the way you play after him?
Yeah, I mean, just his play style. Really, I feel like if I'm not playing that way, then I'm not playing the game the right way. And so I try to play that with that similar play style that he played with a lot in my game, even to this day. I feel like it's important. That's like the first step of being successful as a player, football player.
All right, it's an essay test. Describe his play style.
Yeah, I mean, he just flies all over the field, first of all. I feel like he lifts his teammates up, not only by leading, but also just the way he plays, his example that he sets. And he just makes plays all over the field. And so being a playmaker, being able to change the game is something I admire about him and how I try to play the game as well.
Now, what linebacker do you model your game after? Or growing up?
Yeah.
Who would you model?
Growing up, I didn't really watch too many linebackers. It was mostly Troy. That's kind of where I got my inspiration from. I actually thought I was gonna play defensive back.
And then you grew too much?
I grew a little bit too much. Yeah. And so I became a linebacker, and here I am.
All right, and here you are at the Cowboys Hour. We're delighted to have you here. Marist Liufau is our guest. This evening we are at the Sidecar Social in Frisco and the Star District, and we'll be back with Marist Liufau on the Cowboys Hour right after this.
Go Cowboys! Back to the Miller Lite Cowboys Hour, supported by Albertsons and broadcasting live from Sidecar Social at the Star in Frisco.
All right, welcome back into the Cowboys Hour here at Sidecar. Nicole Hutchison, Brad Sham, and our very own Cowboys linebacker, Marist Liufau. And this segment is brought to you by Lucchese. Stand tall while you're tailgating or cheering in the stand with the Dallas Cowboys collection by Lucchese. Shop the collection today at Lucchese's 60 FW locations or online at lucchese.com. Lucchese, the official boot of the Dallas Cowboys and Dallas Cowboys cheerleaders. Now, guys, I think I'm going to do something that I know Marist is probably going to hate me for, but it's okay. It's fine. You sing. Pretty amazing. He has an amazing voice, just letting y'all know that. Are you okay with singing? For the fans that are here to get to know you. He's gonna hate
It's
me
just
for this.
us, Marist. It's
Just
just
us, you know?
it's like family.
Get nervous.
It's just us.
Don't be nervous. It's all right. You got this.
How long have you been singing?
We'll
We'll warm him up.
Okay, there we go.
I've just been singing for fun since a kid.
And anything formal? I mean, church, band in the garage?
I was in choir in high school.
Okay.
I did choir.
What kind of music do you like to listen to?
Mostly R&B. There's a lot of island reggae that I listen to as well, that I grew up listening to.
What kind of music do you like to sing?
It's really a mix of everything. Probably I would say mostly R&B as well. Yeah.
When do you remember singing in front of people for the first time?
It really was choir. Yeah, choir, for sure.
Now your mom had the vocals, you said.
Yeah, I would say my mom more so than my dad at least.
Does she push you to sing sometimes?
She would kind of be like you and like make me sing in front of people.
I mean, you have an amazing voice. Like, that's a gift. Not everybody's gifted and blessed enough to say that they can sing, you know?
Yeah, that's true.
So, you know, like, it's a positive.
Mm-hmm.
So, what you got for us, man?
You got I always go Tennessee whiskey.
All right.
So I'll just go.
Absolutely.
Just a cappella.
Acapella? All right.
Yep.
Used to spend my nights out in the barroom. Liquor was the only love I've known. But you rescued me from reaching for the bottom and brought me back from being too far gone. You're as smooth as Tennessee whiskey.
Come on.
You're as sweet as strawberry wine.
Woo!
You're as warm as a glass of brandy. And honey, I stay stoned on your love all the time.
Okay, that's
Come on!
nobody can do anything after that. So there's Marist Liufau. Thank you.
That was awesome.
Nicole did not even exaggerate.
Next interview that they say Nicole's gonna be there, I'm not doing it.
Yeah, okay.
I told you he's over.
We've got this done. That is great. What's your favorite rendition of that?
I don't have one. Yeah.
I
I like the original.
And who's the? I'm blanking on the country singer who.
Chris Stapleton.
Chris Stapleton.
Chris Stapleton.
Have you seen?
Yeah.
Have you seen the version where Chris Stapleton sang it, maybe on the Grammys with Justin Timberlake? Have you seen that?
I might have.
It's awesome.
Yeah.
Stapleton was singing the song. I don't think he knew that Timberlake was coming in, and it's spellbinding. It's absolutely captivating.
I gotta check it out.
Yeah, you do.
I don't think anyone does it better than him.
I'm sure nobody does. So do you guys still, is it still a thing that at some point during rookie training camp, you guys rookies had to sing?
Mm-hmm. That's what I sang.
That's what you sang?
Yeah.
How does that, what part of training camp does that have? What do the veterans do decide?
I think it starts early in training camp. We
Like
kinda
at team meetings?
Yeah, we kind of go in order of draft pick. And so Tyler went first.
Can he carry a tune even?
He did his thing.
Did he? Did he really?
It might not have been the right pitch, but he was doing his thing.
Look at him. Who's going to tell him different?
Yeah,
right?
I mean, he gave it his all, and so everybody, you can't complain when someone gives it their all.
Right.
Yeah, everyone loved it. Yeah, it was fun. They made me go again. I was telling Nicole, they made me go 2 times.
Because you were so good.
Yeah, I guess so.
Who had the next best voice behind
you? You know, we have a real singer on our team, Josh Butler.
Really?
Yeah,
really?
He actually makes music. Yeah.
Wow.
He makes R&B
Listen
music.
to us both.
Right?
We both
Well,
said,
we're like,
really?
wow.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no,
That's insane.
yeah, he makes real music.
Oh, I'm getting him to sing next.
Yeah, for
Oh,
sure.
you can't wait to talk to him about that. That's awesome. Do you ever have the thought of doing something with that?
Not really. No.
Why?
Football is my life.
Of course, like outside of football.
Scott
Let me
Agulnik
just-
from the Cowboys PR staff is
I
here.
know. He's probably
We've got to
sick
get
of
him
me.
on The Voice.
No, I don't want to go there. I'm good.
What, you don't? Why
I'll stay
not?
at the sidecar. Yeah.
Well, then we got to have a band. I think we could get. You should have gigs
Maybe we'll do that one day.
in the off season. We should have a band, and
That'd be nice.
yeah, you could have some music behind you. That was awesome. That was really great. So let's go back to football for a minute. Is it difficult to when Troy Polamalu is your football true north? Is it tough to play like him when you're not playing that position because he had unique skills that he could bring to playing safety?
No, I don't think so. I mean, even the safety position in general, if you look at it nowadays especially, the linebackers do a lot of what they do in terms of covering and coming downhill, filling gaps. And so I don't think it's hard at all. His play style is I think everyone can play that way in some way, shape, or form in any position. I think there's just things to take out from the way he plays as a player, and so I really don't find it hard at all.
At the linebacker position, what would you say your biggest strength is, and what is something that you're still working to improve on?
I think one of my biggest strengths is being able to do a lot of things on the field, being versatile as a player, being able to line up on the ball, off the ball. So coaches are like, all right, we need someone to do this. They're like, okay, Marist can do it, like that kind of thing. I think something that I'm working on is being more consistent at those things, because I can do a lot of different things, but I want to focus in on being very good at those things.
You and Overshone are both like heat-seeking missiles when you get going.
Yeah.
Is there a difficulty in learning to be that aggressive with discipline? Because you can't. There are certain things you have to do to maintain gap control and all that stuff when you're playing defense, and yet the way you and DeMarvion both play, it's everybody's excited to see you get to the ball. How do you make that work together?
Yeah, I think that's through preparation. Throughout the week, you do all the thinking. That's how I like to see it. You do all your thinking throughout the week, and then you get to the game, you can just kind of let loose. And so you kind of play within obviously your job. So playing within your job, you can let loose, and at the end of the day, you get to the football. That's what linebackers do.
How much more exciting is it playing alongside a guy like DeMarvion Overshone, who you guys show so much similarities?
It's so exciting.
Yeah.
I love watching him play. I definitely get fired up watching him play. It's just like everyone else does watching him play. And so I think it's an honor to play next to someone like that who has that kind of play style. Like I mentioned with Troy, there's a lot of the things I see that Troy did. Also, like DeMarvion, the Demo, we call him.
Yep.
He shows those things too, and so I respect it a lot as a player. It's not easy to do. Not everyone can do it, and so I just respect it a lot, and I feel like it's an honor to play next to him, and also guys like Eric Kendricks.
Well, Kendricks was the next guy I was going to bring up, because obviously he is kind of the marshal of the defense because he knows the system so well, but he also he just covers so much ground, and he seems to have a great nose for the football. What have you learned playing next to him?
I learned a lot. Just he's very smart. He's in his 10th year in the league, and so he has so much experience. and he's always around the football. So I've learned just one of the things I've learned from him is being specific in your job. Like at the end of the day, you can do that at a high level. Just the main thing is getting to football. Like that's what linebackers do. We get to the football, we tackle the ball, we run around the field, and we make people right.
We have to take a break. I wish that we had recorded. Well, some people did, but I wish we could.
Oh yeah, we got it.
Can we play it back like
Oh my God.
going out? As a bridge? No, okay. I thought, wouldn't that be great as we fade to break
that'd be great.
with Marist singing Tennessee
That'd be
Whiskey?
nice.
That will be on DallasCowboys.com later, so keep an eye on that. And we'll be right back on the Cowboys Hour.
Hey, Cowboy fans, I'm Dak Clear.
Go Cowboys! Back to the Miller Lite Cowboys Hour, supported by Albertsons and broadcasting live from Sidecar Social at the Star in Frisco.
And welcome back to the Cowboys Hour. Thank you all for being with us. Thanks especially to Marist Liufau for being our special guest and musical accompanist tonight. Cowboys linebacker, Brad Sham and Nicole Hutchinson. We will be back here next Monday night, and we won't be quite as sleep-deprived next Monday night after the Cowboys play a noon game. It is noon, isn't it? Noon game, I believe, next week in Atlanta. We have a microphone. If anybody has any questions, anybody in our audience has any questions for Marist, let's get back into Hi, I'm Marist. You mentioned your faith earlier, and it's a very strong part of your life. Do you mind talking a little bit about it?
Yeah, growing up since a young age, my family's always instilled that faith aspect in me. We always grew up praying. We always grew up going to church. And that's something that stuck with me throughout my whole life. And especially this year, with this big change in my life and coming to the NFL, something that's kept me grounded, like I mentioned earlier, is my faith, getting my word in, reading the Bible when I can, as much as I can, and just the values that I learned from that. And, just the values I learned in that. It keeps me grounded, and as a person, I feel like I can live by those values. And no matter what this life that the NFL presents to me, throws at me, no matter what it throws at me, I know who I am. I know what I stand for, my values, and it also brings me back to my family and how I was raised.
How much has your faith helped you with football, but also throughout your life, just staying grounded and trusted in your word?
Yeah, it's been everything. Like one example is in training camp. I would read my Bible. And training camp can be hectic, especially as a rookie. You're kind of coming in, you're trying to prove yourself every day to everyone, not just the coaches, but to the players. You're kind of earning that respect from the players as well. And so it's just, and then you learn the cutthroat business side of the league that, like, I had a roommate who was there and he was gone before camp ended. And so those kind of things, like, they throw you off balance a little bit. And so that's where I go back to my word, and I'm like, okay, here's what I stand for. Here's what I believe in, and I'm good. I'm grounded, and I can enjoy every day, be grateful for everything that I have in my life, and be grateful for the opportunities that I have in the present moment. And I can live in that moment, and I can move on because of that.
Anybody who's ever done any gratitude work understands the value of that, how that gets you through difficult times, but it's also really important to do it when things aren't difficult. It's just to make sure that you're consistent in it. Did you at some point have to learn that being an athlete, you weren't going to win every game, and so you still had to find the gratitude and all the things that went into just being able to play it?
Yeah, 100%. Like after a loss, like one thing I think about after a loss is life moves on. You can't be stuck on that loss. You can't let that loss determine how, like, for example, my parents, thankfully they made it to this last game yesterday. And so, like, obviously we lost, but I'm not going to go to my parents and give them a sad face and just be upset about a loss when I can enjoy the opportunity to see my family who I barely get to see. I went to Notre Dame, and that was far from home as well, and Dallas is far too. Really anywhere is far from Hawaii, but being able to see them, I'm so grateful for that opportunity, and for me to go there and be sad and not enjoy the moment with them, it would just be a waste.
The things you don't shy away from talking about is your faith, your culture, and also your family. What does family mean to you?
Yeah, it's who I am, really. It means everything to me. I just can't put it into words. It's just everything to me.
How much has your mom, your father, the rest of your family played a role in who you are today?
Yeah, they without them, I wouldn't be here. The way they raised me, I feel like is a huge part of why I'm here, huge part of why I've been successful as a young man. And they've built me into this person. I'm forever grateful for them because of that.
Let's get into what you like to do in downtime, off the field.
Yeah.
Now, not during the year, because during the season, you told us what your day off will be like tomorrow. When it's off season, what do you like to do to relax?
Well, Nicole told you already. I like to sing, so that's one of the things I just like to do.
Really? Would you mind singing for us a little bit?
No. So that's like one of the. I mean, I'll just sing for fun.
Like
sometimes.
by yourself?
Yeah, by myself. Just because I enjoy it. And other things like play video games here and there. I watch some anime. I like to watch anime a little. So, yeah.
I think Osa actually told us that as well. He likes anime.
Oh, Osa's huge. Did you know that?
Huge.
I think I did. I knew Chauncey was huge.
Chauncey's a big anime guy too.
Big
Chauncey
anime
Golston?
guy. Yeah.
Which anime show are you big on?
Right now, Hunter x Hunter.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm gonna act like I know exactly
Yeah.
what that is. Kidding, but no. What exactly is that show about?
It's kind of hard to. I mean, it's just they're kind of all about the same things.
Yeah.
They have a journey and learn how to fight better, and they have cool fights. So.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you cook?
I don't cook. No,
You have a chef?
I don't have a chef.
No. So, where's your favorite restaurant?
The sidecar.
Look at this. This is a college graduate, ladies and gentlemen. This is a college graduate right here.
That was good.
So how do you balance your nutrition during the season? I mean, I guess you can eat most meals at the training table if you want to.
Yeah. No, Train Table has a great.
Chef Andrews, top of the deck now.
Yeah. I mean, I if I could go there every day, I would. They have it pretty much every day, and so they have everything we need there. I get all the nutrients, everything I need from the facility, and so I know it's not like that everywhere, so I'm grateful for that.
Have you always been, or I'll start with, how is your diet? Like, is that something that you prioritize as of right now?
Yeah, it's definitely something that I've been working on.
Okay.
In college, I wasn't super big on it. I was kind of just eat whatever, and I made it by. But I know every little thing matters in the NFL, and also your body is kind of your corporation, and so you got to take care of it. You got to be mindful of what you put into your body, and so I'm definitely figuring out what works for me and my routine. Still figuring it out.
Okay.
And being a rookie, having all this free time that I didn't realize we do have more free time than in college, and what you do with it matters, and so I'm trying to figure that out right now.
What are some things that you try to stay away from and keep out of your body?
Alcohol.
Okay.
Yeah,
Good one.
definitely stay away from that. I only hear negative stuff about it, and so especially during season, that's just one of the main things. And then when it comes to food, just always trying to have a balanced plate. Like carbs, you have your proteins and your greens, your vegetables. Just having a balanced plate. That's kind of where I'm at right now, but definitely want to be more specific in what I want to do with it.
But on those days when you just say, not now, today I'm just going to give in to my baser instincts. I'm going to have something terrible for me. What is that?
I'll probably go get like a Blizzard from Dairy Queen or something. Yeah,
What
I'll go
flavor?
get some ice cream or something like that. Or even there's an ice cream spot right down here, right across the street that I've been going to probably more than I should.
What's your favorite ice cream flavor?
Over there,
Yeah.
it's called like Death by Chocolate.
Death by chocolate.
The fact that I know the name of it, I've been going there too much.
Oh my goodness.
What's in Death by chocolate?
It's just chocolate.
Just chocolate?
Everything.
It
Yeah.
actually sounds very Hawaiian. I've had some things in Hawaii that are a little bit like that. Did you are you like a diver or a snorkeler
No.
or any of that stuff that a lot of people go to Hawaii to do?
No, it's funny. I actually stayed away from the water. I wasn't a big water guy.
Oh wow.
I'm a
Say
land
more.
animal.
You're a land animal?
Yeah. Yeah.
Why? You just didn't like the water?
I've had some bad experiences. We got a pretty strong tide current back in Hawaii, and there's been some times where I'm underwater for a little too long. So, yeah, I'm good on land.
What was your favorite experience growing up in Hawaii?
Favorite experience is just the weather. You can't beat the weather. The weather's the same all year round. Yeah, the weather for sure.
Never been. What's the weather like?
Oh, you've never been?
I've never been to Hawaii.
Oh.
Yeah, you gotta go. Yeah.
What is your favorite part of the islands?
What do you mean?
Favorite island, favorite city?
I like my island. I feel like it's you get a city life. Like there's not just completely nothing on the island, and also there's also like the nature and wildlife to our island as well. So it's nice. I think people who visit get the best of both worlds and can kind of see like both experiences.
And so where do you, when you're not from Hawaii, and you say to people, where do you want to go? Oh, I want to go to Hawaii. When you're from Hawaii, where do you want to go?
You didn't go anywhere. I mean, you just stay at home, I guess. Go to the beach.
You don't have any travel ambitions, places in the world you'd like to see?
Oh, yeah. No, I see what you're saying. No.
Really?
Yeah.
Like nowhere.
No, we never had a family vacation. We just go to the beach.
Wow.
Would you call yourself, we're almost out of time, would you call yourself a curious person?
Yeah, I would say so.
What other cultures do you feel some curiosity toward?
I don't think I got that curiosity yet. Yeah.
Well, this is very early days, and the good news is we're going to be able to follow Marist Liufau for years as he grows in his journey, and the time will come when we'll have you back on this show and you'll say, oh, yeah, man, I got to go to fill in the blank. I got to go to China. I got to go to Italy, whatever. I got to go to Japan, whatever it is.
Man. Oh, I'm planning to eventually get somewhere out of after this season. I don't know where, though.
All right, well,
Yeah.
baby steps. That's how great journey. Say thanks to Marist Liufau for being with us, will you?
Thank you, guys.
Tough night last night, early
Appreciate
arrival in the morning. We appreciate your being with us. Thank you to Nicole. Thanks to all of you who have been with us this evening. And we will see you again next Monday at Sidecar Social at the Star District in Frisco on the next Cowboys Hour.
This has been a production of DallasCowboys.com and the Dallas Cowboys Football Club.
How about this, Cowboys? Yeah!